Gaming shows. Recently there's been this trend lately where games are getting adapted into animated shows, and it's something I really wanted to take a look at. Later through this video I'm going to suggest games that I believe should get animated, and I am quite surprised they haven't. When I talk about gaming shows, I'm talking about Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Arcane, Genshin Impact, Nier Automata. These games or these shows are based or connected to gaming universes. The reason why I believe it's becoming a thing lately is because it's kind of easy.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
And I don't mean it's easy to make. I mean, you have such amazing visuals, sound design, VFX design, everything in between, all the animation. I mean, it's easy enough to make because there's already an established universe. Let's take the MCU for example. When I talk about the MCU, I'm talking about the biggest pop culture defining moment in history called Endgame. 10 years ago, the MCU was nothing. It didn't exist. But it all came from somewhere first. It came from the comics. These comics were established way before then, before 2000s, in the 90s, 60s, wherever. Comics were established and the MCU had something to build off on. You can apply the same method to gaming shows. I mean, you have Arcane for example, which is set in the universe of the hellhole that is League of Legends. All these characters such as Jinx, Vi, Echo, places like Piltover and Zion, I think it's Zion. I hope I said it right, in this universe, and they built such an amazing show with unique animation. I am so excited for the next season, which I am still freaking waiting for, and I haven't heard anything about it. Let's also talk about Cyberpunk. There's a bit of difference there, but it still follows the same rules. Animated by Trigger, we have Night City, we have Cyber Psychosis, we even have a few familiar faces and voice actors that actually pop out throughout the show. Even within the game, there is an update where you can get Dave's jacket and you can get this emotional song that just plays over and over and you just cry yourself to sleep. But it proves the point that Cyberpunk Edgerunners has something to build off on, and that's the game. Genshin Impact might follow the same sort of rules where we might follow the Traveler, or we might follow the manga, which will be a prequel to the game. If you've ever read it, I haven't read it, but I know it exists. Anywho, I haven't really played Nier Automata, so I won't know what happens in the show, but I am still quite excited for it. It might actually get me into the show, which is another big reason. It brings people to the games. I think the best way to introduce new players is to make a show, because with casual players these days, they're not really going to be very immersed in the gaming world and the gaming sphere. They won't know what's coming out next week or next month or the next year. They're gonna know the big titles because they've just been the big titles like Call of Duty, FIFA. Gaming universes is a universe worth exploring. I mean, we have such amazing shows like Edgerunners and Arcane already, which is big credits to Netflix, but there are more shows that I want to see happen, which comes to my next point, my favorite bit of the video. If you stayed this long, I love you. Games that I wish to see become animated. Apex Legends is number one for me because I have a soft spot for it. I'm not a big fan of the game. I mean, I haven't played that much.
So that was a fucking lie.
Okay, that was a lie. I love the game. I am a big fan of the lore of the game. I know I'm gonna get flamed for this, but I haven't played Titanfall 2.
Move this man!
And I really want to, but I think because the whole problem with the multiplayer at the moment is not really what I want to get into at the moment. It doesn't seem fun, but I think it's something incredible with the cinematic trailers already having the same animation style as Intergalactic or Spider-Man or Arcane, and I think it would be incredible if it took a disconnected universe and doesn't affect the main game. Another game is Assassin's Creed. Growing up on this game, I loved it. I played from Assassin's Creed 2 to Black Flag. I was obsessed with this game. That's all I ever talked about when I was a kid. I think the story is so rich, the lore is very, very rich. Everything about this game has an anime screaming from it. Assassins killing big figures and revenge and plots and, you know, hidden blades. Like, you got all this amazing stuff that you could make an incredible anime about. But yeah, I wish more animation studios invested into making gaming shows. It probably killed the team that made Arcane, but what came out of it was something truly breathtaking, and I think that's an opportunity they shouldn't give up.